parkour that got me injured, but it was also parkour that saved my life. I found out about parkour through my cousin. He mentioned it to me. We were about 17 at the time, and he said he'd been training this new kind of method alongside his martial arts, and that kind of got my interest. And then I heard about a documentary called Jump London that was on TV. I didn't get to see it when it was on TV, but my form tutor at school recorded it for me and left the video on my desk. Unfortunately for me, somebody stole the tape that morning and I never got to see it. So I had to wait until Jump Britain came out. I watched that and that was it from there. I was kind of hooked on the idea. Is parkour dangerous? Statistically, no. I think the injury rates we have, specifically at classes and things like that, are lower than football, rugby, many other sports. And I think that's because practitioners of parkour learn to auto-regulate very quickly. So you learn your own limits and capabilities very early on in parkour. So the time you're most at risk is when you're first starting and you're not clear on what your capabilities are. The less challenges you've set yourself, the less physical and mental challenges, the less you're going to know, and therefore the more at risk you are when you try something. I think the most serious injury I had was, I'd only been training maybe between a year and 2 years, and I fell 40 feet or more and broke my right femur. It was pretty nasty, so the bone kind of went like this and snapped in half, and then the two ends got pushed together, so my thigh ended up being a lot shorter, about half the length and twice the width. My response to which was, I think my leg is broken. Painfully optimistic that was. So that was caused by me not really checking obstacles properly. I was in a symmetrical structure, and it had two kind of towers. One had a floor at the top, the other didn't. It was pretty scary on the way down. You fall so fast that the walls start to blur. That's pretty weird. I landed right leg, left leg, and rolled onto my back, and the top of my head was maybe only an inch away from the wall when I landed and rolled back, which, had I been 2 inches further backwards, I would have just hit my head and probably died there and then. I was pretty lucky all in all. The paramedics, when they got to me, they said, I don't even know how you only broke one bone from falling that distance. They went to somebody who fell like a quarter of the distance like the previous month and they died. But the first question I asked the paramedics when they arrived was, when will I be able to train again, or will I be able to train again? They operated on me. They put I think it's about 53 centimeters long rod of titanium that goes all the way down my right thigh bone. I've got 5 scars on my right leg, 2 near the knee, 2 near the top, and then 1 right up on my hip. I think that's where they, hammer in the piece of metal. So 7 months later, I was back to training parkour. I was back at uni, and just trying to get my kind of strength and level back. And it is quite difficult when you're injured and you do parkour, because everything that is special about you is kind of based on your ability to move, and when that's all taken away from you, it's not the happiest experience. So I think you have to show a bit of resolve and resilience in that situation. Yeah, I've got an anterior labral tear in my right shoulder. People can look that up. I'm not going to simplify it. So yeah, I've got a tear at the moment in my shoulder that I am having fixed up on Monday. It's not from parkour training. It's from trying something else. But I'm still going to have to go through a few months of rehab for it. I've already spent time looking up high quality physios and doing what we call prehab for it, which is where I've done work to fix any imbalances that might be underlying, make sure everything's as strong as it could be.